I know it's a warm day, but did you realize every speaker got up here, not one of them needed a teleprompter? Because they knew what they believed. And I'm going to tell you something. We're all out here today, but there is a group much bigger than that that fights us each and every day. But this is about public lands. They're supposed to be public. We all pay for them. They should be opened up. But you realize every single Congress since 1963 has closed a little more? This is a war on the West. Half of all the land in the West is owned by government. And then what do? They shrink it. You heard Dave, and I want to thank Dave and Chris. They came back to Washington. We put them before a committee to testify. And who did the others bring? They brought government officials in to tell them how somehow we are wrong, that we wanted to let more people to enjoy it. And what they are doing is they're trying to divide us. We look up at this poster, we all want the multiple use. They're trying to divide us. No, let's just knock off the motorized people. Maybe the backpackers will say, oh, that's okay because I'll be okay. Well, they'll come for you next. So we have to stay united. You know, when Dave talked about that forest is more than 1 million acres, and now it's only 22% to enjoy, you know what they're doing to us? They're destroying our land. Because they're putting all those people on a smaller portion. That's not how you manage land, and that's not how you protect it. Now, we live in an area that understands, because we have people out here. We got a good article in our local paper from Lois Henry. But do you know what they have also done? We can thank Lois. We should. And I'm the first one to agree. I don't think Lois has ever voted for me. And she tells me that. But this is a common sense bill. But do you realize that same paper's editorial board wrote an editorial against this bill without even reading the bill? They write an editorial. I called them up and I said, did you read the bill? No, we got this article from San Francisco about it. I said, that's odd. I haven't introduced it yet. How'd they have any facts about it? Then I asked him, now that you have the bill and now that you read it, I even gave it to Lois. She's read it and she doesn't see anything wrong. Would you write a new editorial? No, we won't. So they use that same editorial against every person I go to co-author the bill. My hometown paper that writes an editorial without reading the bill. So I will tell you, there is an army against us. We are getting bipartisan support for this bill, but I will tell you, every member that goes on it, the extreme environmentalists attack them. They tell me. They say, this is a great bill, I'm getting attacked back home. And you know the good thing about it? A lot of them said it just makes me want to fight harder. Well, I'm going to tell you here today, you have the ability to help. Because we won't just pass this bill just because it's a good idea. We're going to have to fight to pass this bill. This is a war on our way of lives. I want you to go online. It won't cost you a dime. There's Facebook pages, there are others. Thank those who have signed on to it. But go to those who have not and let them hear from our side as well. That you believe public land is public. And that means across the United States. If we are successful of taking a study by their own government, that our own government said this should not be wilderness, it should not be roadless, and we should turn it back in, and we win that, the extreme environmentalists finally realize that the nation has woken up. This is an integral part of being successful. Common sense has got to win at the end of the day. It is the mountain that we have to climb. It is for the next generation when you say about your grandchildren. So yeah, there's going to be a fundraiser. We've got to make sure Chris does not run out of money and be able to go where he's able to speak. He has the facts. He can talk about it. He's not afraid to discuss it with anyone. But we also have to have the army behind us that others hear from us. Lots of times we're the silent majority. Well, we can't be silent any longer because every day something else shrinks. Our federal government will not defend us, so 500 backpackers are going to lose their job. Because they will not defend us in court, and they're the people that are supposed to represent us. I can fight and yell, but we need to join together. And when we join together, it will open up to have a public land, public once again, the way it was designed to be. So I want to thank you, I want to God bless you, but I also want to encourage you and challenge you to join in the fight. Thank you very much.